Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to everyone. I, Shahwalil Manzoor, Senior Business Development Manager from ACCA Bangladesh, your host and the moderator for the evening today on 3rd of September 2020, would like to welcome everyone in today's historic event in the virtual inaugural ceremony of Certified Accounting Technician from ACCA. Ladies and gentlemen, let us first introduce you to all our honorable guests who have graced us with their humble presence. It is our absolute honor and privilege to welcome our honorable chief guest, Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry, MP, Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Ministry of Education, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Sir, we are blessed, humbled, and so grateful to you to have you among us. We have our Honorable Distinguished Chair of the session, the Comptroller and Auditor General of Bangladesh, CAG, Mr. Muhammad Muslim Chaudhry. Sir, we are honored and pleased to have you among us. We also have our guests of honor, Dr. Muhammad Murad Hossain Molla, Chairman of Bangladesh Technical Education Board, BTEB, Mr. Anwar Karim, FCA, CPS CFE, Executive Director, FRC, Mr. Jim O'Neill, Director Examinations, British Council, Mr. T.M. Asaduzaman, Education Specialist and Team Leader, South Asia Education Global Practice from the World Bank, Mr. Arif Al-Islam, Mr. MD and CEO, Summit Communications Limited, who is also our chairman for the Member Advisory Committee here in ACCA Bangladesh, Mr. M.A. Kalam, Chairman and CEO, LCBS Dhaka. On behalf of ACCA as host, we have Mr. Stuart Dunlop, Market Director, Middle East and South Asia, ACCA, Mr. Muhammad Ahsanul Haq Bashar, Country Manager, ACCA Bangladesh, Ms. Prama Tapushi Khan, ACCA, Education Manager, Mr. Shafat Ali Chayon, MCIM, Senior Business Development Manager, ACCA Bangladesh, Mr. Abdullah Al Hassan, Marketing Manager, ACCA, and Mr. GM Rashid, Business Services and Compliance Manager for Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. And of course, you have me as your moderator and the host for the session. Dear honorable guests, for the convenience of the larger audience, we will use both Bangla and English language during our session. Now, as we are about to start our main program, honorable guests, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, we will now play the national anthem of Bangladesh. As we play, our humble request to all our viewers to kindly pay respect while we play the national anthem and to our national flag. Let us all put off all our camera while we play the anthem, and please keep your self in mute and the phones in mute. Let us all put off all our cameras. Thank you. যারা আমাদেরকে শুনছেন, আমাদের ভিউয়াররা, আপনাদের প্রতি অনুরোধ, আমরা যে যার জায়গা থেকে আমরা সম্মাননা প্রদর্শন করব। এখন আমরা আমাদের জাতীয় সঙ্গীত এবং পতাকা উত্তোলন দেখব। video block kora. Can you? Yeah. It was so relaxing, soothing, and literally it gives us a peace whenever we hear our national anthem. Absolutely mesmerizing and most beautiful tone. Above all, we are Bangladeshis and we are proud of our country and our nation. Thank you, everyone. Distinguished guests, ACCA is a leading international professional accountancy body incorporated by the Royal Charter in the UK and founded in 1904. Today, we are a global community of 227,000 members and 544,000 future members supporting the economic growth in 176 countries. We believe that accountancy is a cornerstone profession of society that supports both the private and public sector. That's why we are committed to the development of a strong global accountancy profession and the many benefits that this brings to organizations, individuals, and society. Our qualifications develop forward-thinking professionals with the financial and business skills essential for the creation of sustainable economic and flourishing societies. We operate through a network of 110 offices and centers across 52 countries with a workforce of 1,435 employees globally. Our purpose, we are a force of public good. We lead the global accountancy profession by creating opportunity. Our values include integrity, inclusion, and innovation, which drives us towards excellence in everything we do. Our unique collective and relentless efforts in driving public value helps us to support the local and global organizations. Our public value also helps to support the UN SDG goals. ACCA started its operation back in 31st of March 2008 in Bangladesh. And in this last 12 years of our journey in this country, we have worked to glorify, establish, and boost the accounting profession. We would like to thank the government of Bangladesh, the policymakers, industry experts, corporates, financial institutes, our ACCA community at large, and everyone in the business and financial ecosystem for their support and blessings. Now, let us welcome our Honorable Country Manager, Mr. Ahsanul Haq Bashar, for his valuable words.
Thank you. ধন্যবাদ শাহ ওয়ালি মনজুর। আসসালামু আলাইকুম এবং শুভ সন্ধ্যা। আজকের উপস্থিত প্রধান অতিথি শিক্ষা মন্ত্রণালয়ের মাননীয় শিক্ষা উপমন্ত্রী জনাব মহিবুল হাসান চৌধুরী এবং ডিস্টিংগুইশড চেয়ার মাননীয় কন্ট্রোলার অ্যান্ড অডিটর জেনারেল জনাব মোহাম্মদ মুসলিম চৌধুরী, গেস্ট অফ অনার হিসেবে উপস্থিত আছেন যারা এবং হোস্ট প্যানেলে উপস্থিত আমার সহকর্মীবৃন্দ। আমি মোহাম্মদ আহসানুল হক বাশার এসিসিএ বাংলাদেশের কান্ট্রি ম্যানেজার হিসেবে আজ সার্টিফাইড অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ান সিএটি ভার্চুয়াল উদ্বোধন অনুষ্ঠানে থাকতে পেরে অত্যন্ত আনন্দ এবং গর্ব অনুভব করছি। সিএটি নিয়ে কিছু বলার আগে আমি সিএটি কেন লঞ্চ করছি সেই ব্যাপারে একটু আলোকপাত করতে চাই। এসিসিএ বাংলাদেশের যাত্রা শুরু হয় 2008 সালে। এই এক যুগে আমাদের অর্জন কম নয়। খুব অল্প সংখ্যক মেম্বার নিয়ে বাংলাদেশে আমাদের অপারেশন শুরু হয়েছিল। আমাদের লক্ষ্য ছিল এসিসিএ যে গ্লোবাল মডেলে শিক্ষার্থীদের অ্যাকাউন্টিং, ফাইন্যান্স বিষয়ক কোয়ালিফিকেশন প্রদান করে সেটা যেন আমাদের দেশের শিক্ষার্থীরাও গ্রহণ করতে পারে। এই 2020 সালে এসে আজ আমাদের মেম্বার এবং অ্যাফিলিয়েট 600-রও বেশি ছাড়িয়ে গেছে। ফিউচার মেম্বারের সংখ্যা 5000-এর কাছাকাছি। দেশে বিদেশে এসিসিএ কোয়ালিফাইড মেম্বাররা সুনামের সাথে কাজ করে যাচ্ছেন। এসিসিএ একটি পরিপূর্ণ প্রফেশনাল কোয়ালিফিকেশন। এটি একজন শিক্ষার্থীকে অ্যাকাউন্টিং এবং ফাইন্যান্স নলেজ প্রদানের পাশাপাশি লিডারশিপ এবং বিজনেস এথিক্স এর ব্যাপারেও জ্ঞান প্রদান করে থাকে। তবে ACCA মেম্বাররা মূলত মিড সিনিয়র বা সিনিয়র লেভেলে কাজ করে থাকেন। এই ক্ষেত্রে দেখা যায় এন্ট্রি লেভেলে আমাদের দক্ষ অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট খুঁজে পাই না। অনেক ছোট প্রতিষ্ঠান বা স্টার্টআপের ক্ষেত্রে এই সমস্যা আরো প্রকট। দক্ষ এবং অভিজ্ঞ একজন অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট যে কি না ছোট প্রতিষ্ঠান বা বড় প্রতিষ্ঠানের প্রাথমিক হিসাব রক্ষণে কাজ করতে পারে তার খুব অভাব। দেশে এই সম্পর্কিত কোনো নির্দিষ্ট কোয়ালিফিকেশনও নেই। করোনা ভাইরাস মহামারী অনেক প্রতিষ্ঠানে সরাসরি প্রভাব ফেলেছে, বিশেষ করে ছোট প্রতিষ্ঠানগুলোতে। কিন্তু সেখানে যদি সঠিক আর্থিক ব্যবস্থাপনার বিষয়টি থাকতো বা একজন অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট হিসাব নিকাশের ব্যাপারটি তদারক করত, তাহলে স্বচ্ছতা, জবাবদিহিতার পাশাপাশি আর্থিক কার্যক্রমের বিষয়টিও সুরাহা হতো। এছাড়া আমরা যদি পত্রপত্রিকার দিকে খেয়াল করি, বেশ কিছু রিপোর্ট এসেছে এন্ট্রি লেভেল অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট বা অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ানদের চাহিদা কথা উল্লেখ করে। বিশেষ করে স্টার্টআপ, ছোট প্রতিষ্ঠান বা বড় প্রতিষ্ঠানে প্রাথমিক লেনদেন এবং হিসাব লিপিবদ্ধকরণে অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ান বা এন্ট্রি লেভেল অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টদের প্রয়োজনীয়তার ব্যাপারটি উঠে এসেছে। শুধু তাই নয়, ঘরে বসে ফ্রিল্যান্সিং এর মাধ্যমে নারী এবং তরুণেরা অ্যাকাউন্টিং এবং ফাইন্যান্স আউটসোর্সিং এ কাজ করতে পারেন। আমি যদি আমাদের মাননীয় শিক্ষা উপমন্ত্রী মহোদয়ের একটি বক্তব্যের উপর আলোকপাত করি, তিনি কিছুদিন আগে বলেছিলেন যে ছোট ছোট স্কুলগুলোতে কম্পিউটার অপারেটর বা এরকম পজিশনে কর্মরত কাউকে হয়তোবা ফাইন্যান্স এবং অ্যাকাউন্টসের কাজ করতে দেয়া হয়। ফলে দুর্নীতি, অস্বচ্ছতা এবং অসঙ্গতি থেকেই যায়। এক্ষেত্রে যদি অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ান বা এন্ট্রি লেভেলে কাজ করার মতো অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট পাওয়া যায়, তাহলে কিন্তু এই সমস্যার একটি যথাযথ সমাধান হয়। বিশ্ব ব্যাংকের রিপোর্টেও এরকম একটি কোয়ালিফিকেশনের কথা উল্লেখ করা হয়েছে। আমরা যখন কিছু তথ্য অনুসন্ধানে জানতে পেরেছি যে বাংলাদেশে প্রাথমিক এবং মাধ্যমিক শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানের সংখ্যা 1 লাখেরও বেশি। সো আমরা এই জায়গা থেকেই হয়তোবা শুরু করতে পারি কোনো প্রজেক্টের মাধ্যমে। ACCA হতে পারে টেকনিক্যাল অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্টশিপ এর মাধ্যমে আমরা সাপোর্ট করতে পারি কনসার্ন মন্ত্রণালয়কে টু ডেভেলপ সাম সর্ট অফ প্র্যাকটিস অ্যান্ড প্রজেক্ট ইন প্লেস, যেখানে আমরা কিছু প্রফেশনাল টেন্সি ডেভেলপমেন্টের সাপোর্ট করতে পারি। সবকিছু বিবেচনা করে আমরা সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছি সার্টিফাইড অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ান CAT লঞ্চ করার। CAT আমাদের দেশের চাহিদা অনুযায়ী একটি চমৎকার কোয়ালিফিকেশন। এটি অর্জন করতে 1 বছর অভিজ্ঞতার প্রয়োজন হয়। তাহলে বলা যায় CATর মাধ্যমে একজন শিক্ষার্থী যে শুধু অ্যাকাউন্টিং বা ফাইন্যান্স নিয়ে জ্ঞান অর্জন করতে পারবে তা কিন্তু নয়, তার অভিজ্ঞতা কাজে লাগিয়ে সামনে এগিয়ে যাবে। আমরা বিশ্বাস করি ছোট বড় সব প্রতিষ্ঠানে এই কোয়ালিফিকেশনের সুবিধা নিতে পারবে। আমি আমার বক্তব্য দীর্ঘায়িত করছি না। আমি আশা করছি আমাদের CAT যাত্রা সফল হবে। আমরা আমাদের যথাযথ চেষ্টা এবং সঠিক শিক্ষাদানের মাধ্যমে দেশের অর্থনীতিতে অবশ্যই ভূমিকা রাখতে পারব। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Thank you so much, Mr. Bashar, for your valuable speech. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Stuart Dunlop, Market Director, Middle East and South Asia ACCA, to share his thoughts with us. Mr. Dunlop.
Yes, thank you. Well, good evening, everyone, and it's lovely to join you. I think the first thing I need to do is, of course, thank the Honourable Deputy Minister and actually all our guests for joining us this evening and supporting us this evening. So I want to make a specific shout out for that. I will share a little lockdown anecdote with you. I've travelled to the UK for family reasons, and I have a house in the quiet countryside in the UK, and I thought I could join this call without any problems. And I've arrived at my home, and this afternoon somebody started cutting a tree down in the garden next door. So you'll have to, I do apologise for the dark. That's the only part of the house I can get away from the sound of cutting trees. But anyway, it's lovely to be with you all. So the CAT launch, I won't repeat what Bashar has already shared with you. The CAT launch is ACCA's latest initiative in Bangladesh. And I think most importantly, to develop a sustainable and ethical finance profession within the country. And of course, we're doing this working very closely with many members in the country, and I'm delighted to see Mr. Arif Islam here today supporting us again. He's a very senior ACCA member. I think what we always try and remind our stakeholders is that ACCA is a not-for-profit organisation. We work for public value. And that's precisely why we've been looking for some time now. I remember many years ago talking to the World Bank in Dakar about technician qualifications, about considering launching CAT. And so I'm really delighted we're doing that now. And I'm particularly pleased to see Callum and hear the support that we're getting from many learning providers in the country to support us with this. And of course, we're not doing this alone. It's an internationally recognized qualification. And I suppose closest to home for you guys in Bangladesh is it's long been a very successful product in Malaysia, where it's used extensively in the development of, you know, talent, I suppose, for the finance sector in Malaysia. So one of the things I suppose we would like to be able to do wherever we support our members in the world is give a view of the future of the finance and accounting profession. And of course, now is a really topical time to be thinking about that. In my own home country, in the UK here, I read this morning about questions about taxation as we go through the pandemic. And of course, there's no government in the world that has not had its public finances tipped upside down as they've been coping with the impact of the pandemic. And my point, of course, is that accountants are really, really important in all of this. They've always been important in having a healthy, vibrant capital market. But more than ever, I think now in the public sector, the accounting profession is going to be particularly valued wherever you live in the world. Whenever I've visited Bangladesh, I'm always struck by the economic growth statistics that are shared with me, often by senior accountants. And I was amazed to find out that in 1819 and 1920, you know, economic growth has continued with rates of in excess of 5%. And I think this is a great opportunity for the country. We're all aware of the challenges that undoubtedly exist, but there is growth. And wherever there is that growth, you know, there will be talent. And our role is to help unleash that talent for the benefit of Bangladesh. And I feel very strongly that this product, supported by our members and the community in Bangladesh, will help us do that. So thank you very much. It's great to see you all, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stewart. Your word means a lot to us. Now, I would like to invite our education manager, Ms. Prama Taposhi Khan, ACCA, to give a detailed presentation about CAT. I would expect to all our larger audience to look into the exciting and promising pathway towards success. Ms. Prama.
Thank you, Mr. Wally. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yep.
Great, thank you. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chowdhury, Distinguished Chair, Mr. Muslim Chowdhury, and honorable eminent guests present. Thank you for gracing the event today with your presence. Now, I, Prama Taposhi Khan, will take you through the product itself. Before I divulge into the features, I would like to take you through the background of it. So, since last few years, while working in Bangladesh, we have been able to understand the pulse of the market need through our various relationships. And to strengthen our view, we took help from various publications and conducted several interviews in many levels. And as a result, we found out there is an absence of proper financial reporting and governance framework, weak enforcement environment, a lack of professional management in small and medium enterprises and family-owned businesses. World Bank also recommended the number of qualified accountants should be increased and the capability of the professional accountants proved to meet the evolving enforcement and governance demands of both the public and private sectors. In fact, a recommendation was made to introduce a certified accounting technician or a diploma in professional accounting type qualification to the market, and we listened. The number you are seeing, 123,000, is the number of active registered companies in Bangladesh, according to RJSC website, which are with or without any qualified accountants. And that is honestly a staggering number. And we are very happy today. We are launching our globally recognized certified accounting technician qualification in Bangladesh with the support of our strong network of partners to support Bangladeshi youth become globally and locally. That means locally relevant in the accounting and finance arena. Now I will take you to the qualification itself, what it offers. The CAT qualification is suitable for anyone looking to gain a solid understanding of the fundamentals of finance and accounting. It will provide with technical skills and knowledge to give anyone's career a flying start at a prestigious technician level. And one can use the name CAT beside his name after qualifying, after passing 9 CAT papers of 100 marks each, minimum 1 year relevant work experience, and completion of foundation in professionalism. And this time, we have joined hand with our esteemed learning partners to add more value and to equip the students with further training on Bangladeshi local law, tax, accounting software, and necessary soft skills. You can see in the screen that how many papers, the core requirements that are exams, 900 marks, out of which 7 are foundation level exams. And the students have to choose 2 specialist papers out of 3 that are FTX, Foundation in Taxation, Foundation in Financial Management, and Foundation in Audit. So in total, they have to pass 900 marks of exam. And as one works through the qualification, he or she can also achieve certificate and diploma on the way. Now, how the exams are being taken. Students can sit on-demand exams throughout the year when they are ready or when they feel they are ready. They also can sit 4 times a year, March, June, September, and December. And all the 9 papers are online. Students need to use sometimes spreadsheets and Word documents for simple calculations so that they are digitally connected. They can feel the digital connection. Now comes the second requirement, that is practical experience requirement. There is a requirement of minimum of 1 year of relevant experience to achieve the technician qualification. And there are 3 components to the FPER, that is Foundation in Practical Experience requirements. And those are, students must achieve 2 essential and 6 technical performance objectives, while they complete 12 months of experience in 1 or more accounting or finance related role. Then this has to be signed off by a practical experience supervisor, and they have to regularly record FPER progress using our unique online tool. Then comes the foundation of the professional qualification, that is the foundations in professionalism. ACCA strongly believes that good accountants should be professional and ethical. ACCA ensures all students completing a qualification will understand what it means to work and act professionally and ethically. Foundation in Professionalism is not exactly an exam. It is an online and interactive module. So the qualification is designed to give you the skills and techniques to hit the ground running when one goes to the workplace. The high-level competencies of our CAT graduates are corporate and business reporting and high ethical standards, under which they can prepare financial statements, leads effective decision-making through analyzing, monitors, critically evaluates, and advises on the relevant accounting standards. And they develop advanced ethical values and professional skills, demonstrates personal effectiveness, encourages innovative thinking, thinks proactively about the future, communicates effectively, and influences others. What are the employment pathway? They can engage in a wide-ranging and responsible accounting role in small to medium organizations, financial reporting or financial decision support roles. They can be financial manager or supervisory roles in accounts payable or receivable, technician role in commercial organizations which has good internal training. And based on the specialist paper they have chosen, they can go for tax, audit, or financial management roles. So now, what's next? We all know learning never ends, and so does it applies to CAT graduates as well. CAT is a stepping stone for the full ACCA qualification. They will receive 3 exams waived or exempted from the full ACCA qualification. So out of 13 papers for ACCA, they will need to complete 10 exams. They can pursue both academic and professional pathway at the same time. So after completing CAT 9 papers, they can go to directly ACCA applied skills where they have to complete 6 papers, and then they can obtain a BSc in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University, or they can obtain BBA with exemptions and waivers from local university. And they can also continue their journey with ACCA with strategic professional papers and become ACCA member. And in between that, they can obtain MSc in professional accounting from University of London with only 2 papers or 2 to 3 papers. Or they have the option to obtain MPA, that is Master in Professional Accounting or Master in Professional Finance from University of Dhaka with significant waivers. And now I will take you through the current recognition of CAT. ACCA is recognized as awarding organization by all the UK education regulators, including Ofqual, CCEA, and CAT is recognized by Regulated Qualifications Framework, RQF. You can see RQF level 4 is for CAT, and where I would give an example that Bangladeshi bachelor degrees are RQF level 6. CAT is also considered as first year of university qualification in many countries. Now I am very glad to show you the testimonials from our few CAT graduates who are very successfully in prestigious positions in different countries, including Bangladesh. The countries amongst are Malaysia, Canada, etc. And before I finish my presentation, I want to emphasize on the fact that ACCA's strategic vision is to drive the public value, the force for good. We have here amongst us the honorable and top-notch representatives from all the sectors, and your valuable cooperation will only help us to drive that interest. So we are looking forward to your kind and active support to deliver CAT in Bangladesh. And thank you, and we will take questions right after the session concludes. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Proma, for the detailed outline. I'm sure that it is clear to the larger audience about what they may expect out of CAT. As Ms. Proma just said, that we will have a separate Q&A session for the media and the large audience later. For now, may I humbly request our Honorable Country Manager, Mr. Aslam Haq Bashar, to approach to our Honorable Chief Guest. Ladies and gentlemen, upon the speech of our Honorable Chief Guest, we will enjoy a CGI for the launch of CAT. Mr. Bashar.
ধন্যবাদ ওয়ালি। আমি মাননীয় উপমন্ত্রী মহোদয়ের কে অনুরোধ করছি ওনার অনুমতিক্রমে আমরা সিজিআই দেখতে পারি এবং কাউন্টডাউন করে ওনার স্পিচের পরে আমরা সিজিআই এর মাধ্যমে উদ্বোধনী ঘোষণা করব, দ্যাট ইজ ডিজিটাল ফর্মের মাধ্যমে। সো আমি রিকোয়েস্ট করব মাননীয় প্রধান অতিথি উপমন্ত্রী মহোদয়কে তার মূল্যবান বক্তব্য প্রদান করার জন্য। ধন্যবাদ।
ধন্যবাদ ACCA বাংলাদেশ, এবং আজকে এখানে আমাদের মাঝে উপস্থিত আছেন আমাদের মাননীয় কন্ট্রোলার এন্ড অডিটর জেনারেল জনাব মুসলিম উদ্দিন, এবং উপস্থিত আছেন আমাদের টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডের মাননীয় চেয়ারম্যান ডক্টর মুরাদ হোসেন মোল্লা, এবং we also have amongst us ACCA representative from the United Kingdom, and also I think the regional representatives of ACCA and other guests. I don't have all the names with me, so I'll just keep it short. First of all, thanks to ACCA Bangladesh's effort. Today, we are going to start CAT Qualification, Chartered Accounting Technician, if I'm correct, through online. And this is going to be a major solution to all the students who are currently stuck at home and can't access educational institutions and also professional education and institutions, because they will be able to study online, and whatever they will be studying in this particular course will add value to their career in the future. And also, if they want to obtain full-fledged accounting qualification, as have been shown by our presenter here kindly, that this particular course, successful completion of this particular course will lead to qualification as an ACCA full member. And also, if anyone wants to pursue higher education at Dhaka University within our country, they will be able to access and enroll themselves in the Dhaka University's accounting course. So it's a good news for all those who are stuck at home and can't go to university or can't start due to the COVID situation. So I thank our ACCA Bangladesh for taking this great initiative with ACCA global body. And our Mr. Bashar here, he was kindly mentioning the fact that there were talks of employing accounting semi-qualified or part-qualified accounts assistants in our educational institutions. I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit for all the members' attention here, and also the decision makers of ACCA. I'd like to convey to you and to all your members that we have taken a policy decision to create a post in all our schools, those who will be applying for monthly payment order from the government, and we will, as in the government will pay for one accounts assistant in the schools who will be applying for monthly payment order, as in MPO, what we call MPO. So this will create position or job opportunities for accounting graduates and also part qualified accountants, because we have found that in our payment disbursement system and also to our schools where we pay or partly sponsor many of the teachers and also the school's infrastructure, etc. There's an immense need to get the accounts proper and right, because as you know, these schools are often stuck with, are often having to fight between many different quarters within the school, especially regarding accounting practices and accounting information, because there is a distinct lack of practice, or there was no sponsored position of an accounts assistant in the past. We could not employ a particular designated person to take note of the accounts of the institution, and this, we believe, will bring transparency in our payment disbursement system, and also will improve school management, because if the accounts of a school where government is investing substantially is maintained properly through a qualified or part qualified or skilled accounting technician or skilled accounts assistant, this will not only help the school deliver good education to the students, but also in terms of the school's management, it will bring a lot of not just transparency, but also a lot of benefit. For example, how the school can earn fees or other sort of attract funds without without putting much burden on the students, how they can do some, how they can create additional courses for the students, or offer courses which will benefit the students without having to pay too much. As you know, in many of our schools, students often complain that the payments that they make on a monthly basis and yearly basis are not spent properly, because they don't get a proper account of how on how they're being spent on a day-to-day basis. And we believe that if we have accounts assistants, this will be ensured. So not only that it will for our CAT graduates, this will bring in more jobs and opportunities, but also it will benefit the school management system across the country. I would like to also thank the ACCA Bangladesh body for their willingness to work with our University Grants Commission and also our Technical Education Board, where we are trying to get the board bring in internationally recognized qualifications, and this affiliation with the board, or to some extent, if we have some sort of understanding with the board, especially in relation to the CAT course, it will not only improve job opportunities for Bangladeshi CAT graduates, but also improve our board's standard in terms of getting the board's qualifications recognized internationally. So this will be mutually beneficial. From what I have seen with regards to the course content, of course, it's fantastic. And I have seen that there are elements on Bangladesh tax law and Bangladesh law, of course, which is obviously customized. So I believe the course is customized for our local students, and this is very important, because from what I knew, ACCA and the CAT qualification and all the ancillary qualifications are very English law and English jurisdiction specific. So I thank the global body for understanding the need of the local clientele, our local economy. So this slogan of "Glocal" is very attractive from from what I've seen. So I believe ACC will progress very well in Bangladesh, and also I believe our students will be able to bring them up to international standard and skill them up to offer to the wider world economy as skilled workforce, because as you know, remittance is one of the biggest revenue foreign currency source of Bangladesh, and we believe that if we can export our skilled manpower or semi-skilled manpower in different sectors across the world, in Middle East, in Far East, in wherever there's a need for skilled accounting service, we can look into these markets, and this will benefit us in the long run, not only in terms of remittance but also improving overall accounting standard in Bangladesh. The more the more international affiliation and involvement we have in our country, the better it will be for our local accounting practices and for our local accounting standard. So as you know, our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is continuously focusing on transparency, on a corruption-free digital economy, digital Bangladesh, a better accounting standard, skilled accounting accountants and account assistants will pave the way to achieve that that objective of a transparent, corruption-free digital Bangladesh. Because accounting is where the problem is in any country where corruption is an issue, where we are not really focusing on that particular issue, which is that accounts must be transparent, accounts must show expenses, and only then you can see whether expenses, whether purchases, whether outgoings are proper and done with a sufficient level of integrity. So we believe that better accounting practices in the long run will bring these changes, and ACCA's involvement in Bangladesh, ACCA's effort to improve our accounting standards will be helpful for us in the long run. আমি আজকের এই সভায় উপস্থিত সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে এবং আমাদের এই যেহেতু এখন একটি উপস্থাপনা হবে সেটা দেখে আজকের অনুষ্ঠানের বাকি অতিথিদের আমরা আলোচনা শুনবো, সেই আলোচনা শোনার অপেক্ষায় থেকে আমি এখানে শেষ করছি। আর আমাদের টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডের মাননীয় চেয়ারম্যানও এখানে আছেন। আমরা আমাদের টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডের সাথে কিভাবে টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডের মাধ্যমেও কিভাবে ক্যাট কোয়ালিফিকেশন, যেটি একটি আন্তর্জাতিকভাবে স্বীকৃত এবং আন্তর্জাতিক মানের একটি কোয়ালিফিকেশন, সেটাকে কিভাবে আমাদের ছাত্রছাত্রীদের মধ্যে এনে আরো বেশি ক্যাট কোয়ালিফাইড স্টুডেন্ট আমরা পাবো, এবং এর মাধ্যমে আমরা যেটা বলছি যে টেকনিক্যাল এবং ভোকেশনাল এডুকেশনে এনরোলমেন্টের হার বাড়ানো, আমাদেরকে কিন্তু এই যে অ্যাকাউন্টিং টেকনিশিয়ান প্র্যাকটিসটাকে কিভাবে আরো বৃদ্ধি করে আমাদের যে গ্রাজুয়েট পপুলেশনের মধ্যেও যাতে করে এই কোয়ালিফিকেশন নেওয়াটা আমাদের একটু সচেতন করতে পারি। কারণ গ্রাজুয়েট পপুলেশনের মধ্যে আমাদের অনেকেই কিন্তু পেশা ভিত্তিক বা কোনো টেকনিক্যাল স্কিল ভিত্তিক কোয়ালিফিকেশন না থাকার কারণে তাদের অনেকেরই কিন্তু কর্মসংস্থান হচ্ছে না। আমরা বিশ্বাস করি এই ধরনের কোয়ালিফিকেশন is even appropriate for full graduates, not only just school leavers. তো আমাদের দেশের যারা ইতিমধ্যেই গ্রাজুয়েট হয়ে মাস্টার্স ডিগ্রি পাশ করে যারা অনেকেই মানে কোনো ধরনের সুনির্দিষ্ট দক্ষতা না থাকায় কর্মসংস্থান হচ্ছে না, তারা কিন্তু এই বিশেষ এই যোগ্যতা এই কোয়ালিফিকেশনটা নেওয়ার ব্যাপারে উদ্যোগী হতে পারেন। এবং সেক্ষেত্রে আমাদের টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ড ACCA এর সাথে একসাথে কাজ করে, যেমনি করে আমরা ইতিমধ্যে ইউজিসি ইউনিভার্সিটি গ্র্যান্টস কমিশনকে আমরা বলেছি, অনুরোধ করেছি আপনাদের সাথে আপনাদের হায়ার এডুকেশন কোয়ালিফিকেশন গুলোকে স্বীকৃতি দেওয়ার বিষয়ে একসাথে কাজ করার জন্য। এমনি করে টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডও মিড ম্যানেজমেন্ট লেভেলের যে স্কিলড ওয়ার্কফোর্স আমাদের দেশে প্রয়োজন, আসলে যেই খাতে সবচেয়ে বেশি বিদেশি রেমিটেন্স, আমাদের আয় করা রেমিটেন্সের অনেকটাই যেই খাতে চলে যায়, ভারত থেকে, চীন থেকে আর শ্রীলঙ্কা থেকে আমাদের এই অনেক মিড ম্যানেজমেন্ট লেভেল ওয়ার্কার আনতে হয়। তো সেই খাতটাতে আমরা আসলে জোর দিতে পারি এবং আমাদের গ্রাজুয়েট পপুলেশনকে আরো স্কিল আপ করার ক্ষেত্রে, দক্ষ করার ক্ষেত্রে এই ধরনের কোয়ালিফিকেশন গুলো টেকনিক্যাল এডুকেশন বোর্ডের সাথে পার্টনারশিপ করে কিভাবে দেয়া যায় এই বিষয়টা আপনারা দেখবেন, সেই অনুরোধ জানিয়ে আজকে আমাদের অতিথিদের বক্তব্য শোনার অপেক্ষায় থেকে আমি শেষ করছি। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। জয় বাংলা, জয় বঙ্গবন্ধু। আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানের বা সিজিটা অবশ্যই আমরা এখন দেখতে পারি।
Ladies and gentlemen, we just enjoyed the digital inauguration by our honorable chief guest, Mr. Mohibul Hasan Chaudhry, MP, Honorable DMOE, Ministry of Education, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. What a moment of joy. Thank you, sir. It is indeed a great historic moment for all of us. We will surely remember this day. Your vision, guidance, and the directives will always inspire us and our community. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, we would like to invite our honorable distinguished chair of the session, our honorable CAG, sir, Mr. Muhammad Muslim Chaudhry.
Sir, you are in mute.
Sorry. Honorable Chief Guest of the inauguration ceremony of the CAT Qualification Introductions in Bangladesh, Mr. Mohibul Hasan Chaudhry, MP, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, all other dignitaries, distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Good evening, rather, sorry. In fact, our Honorable Deputy Minister stole away all the points. In fact, I jot down some 3 points, but now I'm seeing that I'm empty now. All the points already touched by Deputy Minister, Honorable Minister, in such a excellent way that I don't have anything left to say. Now I am pondering, what should I say more? He touched upon the need for this type of technical educations for our workforce. He also touched upon a very important point, that foreign qualification locally delivered. So that touches, I'm saying, in the CAT qualification, because as you said, that some of this subject will be modified to suit to the local needs, like tax law, local financial reporting standard. So that is a very good thing to hear, that CAT's international qualification, but is tuned towards some local adaptation. That is a very good thing, as already our Honorable Deputy Minister mentioned. Another thing is also a very important point he raised. In our education system, some of the general qualification, even if you say about the BCom, if you look at the syllabus of BCom, Bachelor of Commerce, there you find lacking of the tuning towards modern adaptations of the technological development. So CAT might be a very good option, that to introduce some qualifications where orientations about the digital applications of the accounting software, and also reporting framework coming through the system of digitalization. So that's why these qualified graduates also, I'm sure, will find it very useful to have a specific specializations in this accounting technician qualification. And one more thing I should add is, the main problem I see in our finance function of both the private sector and the public sector, finance and accounting function. In our economy, small and medium industry sector, manufacturing sector occupies the major portion of the economic activities. But the main problem for them, they cannot afford to have the fully qualified accountant in their employment because their capital size doesn't permit that. So I find a big opportunity in this introduction of this type of qualification that if you have a sufficient number of qualified, CAT qualified graduates in the country, SME sector can easily employ them to have a proper financial reporting system, both for accountability to different authorities like tax authority, like regulatory other authority, and also for having a good analysis with least cost. Because as you know that CAT type qualified accountant will not be definitely asking for a package like a chartered accountant or ACCA fully qualified. And in that situation, this will be the big opportunity for the SME sector to have a ready accountant and finance people with their reasonable pay package to employ them and get a big comfort in terms of their submission of tax returns and also for analyzing different informations so that they can compete in the market with the competitors to have a competitive edge over other competitors within their own sectors. And for the public sector also, I'm very happy to learn that our Deputy Minister rightly pointed out that, Honorable Deputy Minister pointed out that there will be should be a collaboration between our Technical Education Board and the University Grants Commissions. And these will be the right step towards having some sort of coordinations so that we can have CAT qualified, foreign qualified, but adapted to the local system so that there can be a synergy. We can have more to have this type of qualifications. And another big point of plus point I can see through this type of qualification that definitely CAT is though it's not at the fast track qualification, still then it has got some binding, professional bindings through international memberships of a chartered institute. So definitely they have to follow some ethical standard, ethical principles established by the institute, and if that ethical framework they don't maintain, there is the disciplinary actions by the institute. So these also one big advantage for the employer that if the CAT qualified people doesn't behave, they can be put on some sort of punishment radar by the institute. That will create some sort of extraordinary extra pressure. And moreover, it will be easy for our regulator also. Like our Honorable Minister says, our BTV chairman and other UGC authority, they can also take recourse to some sort of disciplinary collaboration between the chartered institute and the regulatory authority. So these are all many advantages I am seeing through these CAT qualifications. Last but not the least, as we have a significant number of young general qualified youths lacking these some specializations. If you can add to the general qualified youths with some sort of technical educations like this qualification like CAT, it can create a big opportunity for export of the skilled manpower, which we are lacking most. I can give you one big informations like this. Even in China, there is a big dearth of qualified, technical qualified, this type of accounting technicians. So I saw other day that China is looking for some technically qualified, not fast tracker, this second track route, they are also looking for. So I think these might create one big opportunity for us. So I'm seeing a big hope for this CAT qualification, and you know that there is, I'm not seeing any this second track qualifications offered by any institute, neither Chartered Accounting Institute, neither nor Cost Management Accounting Institute. So ACCA stepped in at the right time with this brand of qualifications, and I'm seeing big future, and I'm also expecting a big future for this. And I must also, as I'm a public state auditor, public sector auditor, so from my side, that for the public introduction of these qualifications, qualified graduates into the government accounting and finance area, also my office also will be helping you or cooperating you. We will have a rapport with you, with your local office, and also there will be some coordination with the institute. With this assurance, I wish every success of this qualification in this country. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to speak as a chair. I think, should I say that this is the end of the first session as a chair? Do I need to declare anything, or I just stop here? Okay, I stop here. So over to the coordinator, or whatever you say, Mr. Wali.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It was amazing. You have actually, shared and given a new dimension, and literally, I mean, those areas and all the inspirational words. Whenever you talk to us, whatever you say, it becomes an inspiration for the whole community. Thank you, sir. Really honored. Now, if we would like to invite our Honorable Chairman of BTEB, Dr. Muhammad Murad Hossain Mullah, for his kind speech.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be on you by the grace of Almighty Allah. Thank you very much. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mohibul Hasan Chowdhury, MP, Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, Honorable Special Guest, distinguished chair and participant, very good evening. This is great honor of me to have opportunity to say a few words in this virtual launching ceremony of the Certified Accounting Technician, that is CAT, in Bangladesh. First of all, I would like to offer thanks and gratitude to the organizer to invite me in this important event. I would like to offer my warm regards to Honorable Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, for his kind presence in this virtual ceremony. I would like to offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to Ms. Paroma Taposhi Khan, ACCA, for her nice presentation. We would like to get clear idea about Certified Accounting Technician for her presentation. Honorable guest and participant, as we all know that technical and vocational education and training in the master key of the development of productive human resources and also for economic development for any country. Currently, Tibet is undergoing a great idea to reform in the developing country to improve the quality of delivery of Tibet programs so that graduate can get the decent work from gainful employment to improve the quality of Tibet program. That is, BTB has taken initiative with the direction of guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Minister of Education and Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education, also with the supervision of Honorable Secretary TMED. I strongly believe this type of course will improve the quality of Tibet programs, and as well as the participant of the program will enrich our knowledge that will definitely add value of Tibet sector always we would like to welcome of ACCA Bangladesh and other stakeholders to work together betterment of Tibet in Bangladesh, as well as serve the community and the country at large. Respected guests and participants, now I would like to say a few words about Bangladesh Technical Education Board. Bangladesh Technical Education Board was established in 1954. It is a state regulatory board responsible for monitoring and developing technical and vocational education and training in secondary level throughout the country under the supervision of Technical and Madrasa Education Division, Ministry of Education. As Bangladesh Technical Education Board Act 2018, the functions as below: to conduct, the recognize and control the technical and vocational education and training, to determine the courses of the technical and vocational education and training with the scope of the Act, prepare syllabus, curriculum for those courses, to improve the textbook and learning materials according to curriculum made by board, to conduct examination of technical and vocational education and training, and assess skill, determine fees, publish result and award certificate, to formulate policy of admission of student in the technical and vocational education and training institute recognized by board and other international and national institute transfer students, to inspect, supervise and monitor of technical and vocational education by the board, to improve, to provide the recognized of prior experience, that is called RPL, prior learning for other courses held in Bangladesh, with the scope of the Act establish the maintain the data management system of the technical and vocational education and training, to collect information relate the demand of the technical and vocational education and training throughout the industry skill council, to prepare the curriculum and competency-based training and assessment courses with the assistance of Industry Skill Council, to determine the standard qualification under the National Technical Vocational Qualification Framework, to award scholarship, medal or prizes of the technical and vocational education and training, to enter into the agreement for any organization of the carrying purposes of the Act, provided that in this case agreement and any foreign organization prior approval of the government shall be taken, and such other duties as may be specified by the government. Bangladesh Technical Education Board developed 33 different curriculums for offering different types of courses and programs in technologies, trade, specialization, we offering 3 month or 4 month duration courses. We offering HSC business management courses that probably relevant to CAT courses. This courses duration is 2 years. It have 5 specialization like computer operation, accounting, banking, entrepreneurship development, human resource development. I feel that the key requirements of CAT, with an emphasis of flexibility and opportunity, the CAT qualification accessible in any age like 16 years or older. There are no time constraints to complete your examination, so a student can study and qualify at a pace which suits. Dr. Indrali? Okay, thank you. Now I would like to thanks the honorable chief guest, honorable guest, and other participant for their valuable knowledge delivering in this system. I personally believe that this program in time be fitting, and also hope our relation, the cooperation will be stronger in coming days. Thank you all. Thank you very much for this virtual meeting. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really amazing. And we also hope to work as a team in future and bring success. Now, ladies and gentlemen, may we request our honorable guest, Mr. M. Anol Karim, FCA, CPA, CFE, the Executive Director of FRC, to have his kind words. Sir, you are in mute, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wali.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to everybody, especially our honorable chief guest of this program, Mr. Mohibul Hasan Chaudhry, MP and Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, and also Honorable Comptroller and Auditor General, Mr. Muhammad Muslim Chaudhry, and all the guests and officials from ACCA. I'm very pleased and honored to be invited as a guest in this virtual launching ceremony of CAT Bangladesh. I think it is very important and timely initiative and efforts from ACCA Bangladesh. At least I can make 2 points here. I can foresee the 2 vital roles that we can get from the CAT qualification and CAT qualified accountants in Bangladesh perspective. And I'm working in the Financial Reporting Council, which is based on the Financial Reporting Act, enacted in 2015, and the Financial Reporting Council was established in 2017. So our main scope of work is to regulate the public interest entities' financial reporting. Public interest entities definition was issued a couple of months ago, and the scope of the public interest entities is very wide. It is not only the listed companies, many just registered joint stock companies which are public as well as private, and many NGOs, even some of the sole proprietorship and partnership business will fall under the category of public interest entities. So the FRC scope of regulatory works will be encompassing all these public interest entities. We will be issuing the standards, accounting standards, financial reporting standards for all the public interest entities. And in addition to accounting standards, we will be issuing code of conduct as well as corporate governance code. So in the corporate governance code and the accounting standard, those small entities which will fall under the definition of PI, they have to follow some sort of accounting standards. So we need qualified and skilled accountants in these small entities where they can do the work rightly, and they have the professionalism as well as they have the accountability because they have the affiliation with the internationally recognized global accounting body. So we can expect the ethics as well as professionalism from them. So it is a very good news for regulators also. We can expect a very good opportunity for the employment of skilled accountants. From the very outset, the entities can hire the CAT qualified accountants so that the accounts will be reliable and true and fair. This is one of the aspects I can see, and we will be issuing, as I say, mentioned that the corporate governance code, what kind of people they need to hire, what qualification they need to hire, because the present corporate governance code issued by ACC is applicable only for listed companies, but not other than listed companies. So FRC has the scope of work within the PI. PI means it is a greater, it may be between 3 to 5 lakhs companies. So there is a big scope for, I can foresee for the CAT qualification in Bangladesh. The other point I can see is the Honorable Comptroller and Auditor General Mr. Muhammad Muslim Chaudhry sir mentioned rightly that in the government accounting, the public accounting standards, which is at present in the worldwide, it is issued by IPSAS B. IPSAS is International Public Sector Accounting Standards. There are 37 standards issued by IPSAS B. And in our FRA Act 2015, the definition of I, there is mentioned that government statutory organizations is also a part of the PI. So government statutory organizations, we have to issue a standard for them. And the standards that we have from the international bodies.
Honorable FRC Chairman, please also consider educational institutions. There are more than 100,000 in the country. So perhaps you could also set a standard of accounting for these small schools as well,
yeah,
which,
yeah,
in which we can work together.
Yes, definitely. Because if they fall under the category of the PI, then we'll be issuing the standards. And if the standards, that doesn't mean that we have to have issued the IFRS and IAS for everybody and all type of organization. Government organizations, they have the standards which is called IPSAS. So we have to adopt and try to implement this IPSAS. And we are very lucky that we got such nice and knowledgeable and smart and skilled and relentlessly working Comptroller and Auditor General who is trying to make reform in the public accounting domain. So the main task will be from shifting from cash basis accounting to accrual basis accounting. And it is a giant work. It is a huge work. Indian Railway, it took 5 years from 2015 to 2020 to shift from the cash to accrual basis. And in UK government, it took 10 years. From 1994 to 2003, they shifted from cash basis accounting to accrual basis. And in Bangladesh, our present Comptroller of the CAG, sir, he is already taking the initiatives and he's discussing with us. So we hope that there will be a nice path and a smooth way we can proceed in this path to convert and shift from the cash basis accounting to accrual basis. And this is a giant work, as I mentioned at the beginning. Even if we take the enterprises, if we don't take the constitutional 4 organizations and then statutory organizations and then autonomous bodies, semi-autonomous bodies, then there are enterprises. And Bangladesh Railway, they earn the revenue. So there should be an accountability, there should be transparency, and there should be performance measurement system. How much asset every railway company, every regional and the divisional railway offices are using and how much revenue they are generating. So this way, accrual basis accounting can give us this data and information. Only accrual basis accounting will be complete accounting. So we are working on that thing. So we hope that even then there will be sustainability question. That not only that's implementation of the accrual accounting, implementation is very easy. The government can bring the consultants, but about the maintaining that accrual basis, the sustainability, they need a lot of skill accountant, and the CAT can step in these opportunities. So, and globally also, in worldwide, total now 38 countries have adopted already IPSAS, and by 2023, total 98 countries would have adopted IPSAS. So, and in the worldwide government accounting field, total 67,000 ACCA members, students are working at present in the public accounting system. So this is a big opportunity and big good news for all of us that the Bangladesh will get a lot of skilled accountants, and we hope we can utilize their knowledge and their skill. So with these few words, I would like to thanks again for giving me this opportunity of speaking in this ceremony and the launching of CAT. Thank you. I hope all success of the CAT launching and CAT program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really insightful, and the overall collaboration, the transparency, the initiatives which were everyone is like actually, putting our best efforts here, we will be in success, inshallah. And thank you again, Honorable Chief Guest, sir, for giving us the hope, the inspiration as always. Now, may we request Director Examinations of British Council, Mr. Jim O'Neill, to give his words, his inspirational words and speech to us.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Evening.
I hope you can see me now. And the kitchen that I am in these strange times. Yep. So my thanks indeed to our friends at ACCA for arranging this virtual launch event, to the Honourable Deputy Minister for his precious and valuable time, to all the other distinguished guests and fellow speakers. I was interested to join for two reasons, really. Number one, to find out a little bit more about the Certified Accounting course. Number two, to experience what a 2-hour virtual launch event would be like. And I must say that the time has flown by. It's been very interesting, fascinating for me to listen to the expertise which is on show today. I think what I'd first like to say is how impressed I have been involved in the Bangladesh operation, because I'm due to these strange circumstances and times that we are in. But I've been very impressed with the ambition and the agenda of the government in Bangladesh, in particular the aspirations towards becoming a middle to high income country. And I think some of the work which I can see is ongoing between, and work that the British Council is involved in. For example, the training of Master English trainers, the TMTE project with the Ministry of Mass and Primary Education, a very exciting project. And it shows that, like today, with our focus on the Certified Accounting Technician course, we're not here selling tins of beans. We are selling something almost as important as tins of beans. That is cans and elements of opportunity for young people to build their skills. We've had some excellent insights into how this supports young people in Bangladesh during a period of lockdown and crises, to bring opportunities to those as an access, an entry point to university. And so I really want to give a big shout out, first of all, to the agenda which is visible, agenda for progress and education opportunity, which is clearly visible even in the short time that I've been involved a little bit in the Bangladesh operation. And that shout out is to the Ministry of Education. And so I think it's very important to begin with that focus. With our ACCA colleagues in particular, our ACCA partners, I'm aware that the British Council delivers more than 3,500 ACCA tests in Bangladesh last year. We very much look forward to this opportunity to support your work and to help you by providing access to the new qualification. And that can be in innovative ways. Even during the lockdown period in Bangladesh, we were able to deliver 1,941 tests on the TMTE project. And it could be that we need similar innovations. That was an at-home delivery. And it could be that working together with ACCA, we do establish similar innovations to support their delivery in country. So I think it's a very, as I say, I was curious to learn more about the certified accounting technician qualification, and I thank for the presentation, which has given me more of an insight. And it's been fascinating to learn a little bit more about some of the experts on the call today, and their clear understanding of how the ACCA qualification fits into the program of employability, skills, and youth development in Bangladesh. And that really is at the heart of the British Council's work, like ACCA, British Council being a not-for-profit organization, when we look to operate commercially in order to generate more funds for our charitable objectives through arts, education, and society. So it's very early days for me, as I say, in strange moments that I find myself in here in a kitchen in the UK, still on a Nepal contract, rather than being in Bangladesh, already started on the Bangladesh role. But I have been involved a little bit so far, and as I say, that little involvement has made me feel very positive about the agenda for youth in Nepal, very excited about how the British Council and partners like ACCA, using UK qualifications, can support the government of Bangladesh in their efforts. So a short contribution from me today, and I would like now to pass over to our host, and my thanks to everyone for arranging this evening, this launch event, and my thanks as well for allowing me to participate. And I look forward to working with everyone in the near future. Even if it continues to be a remote basis, I'm sure we can make it work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jim O'Neill. It was really wonderful, and thank you, British Council and the entire team of British Council here in Dhaka. You have always been very supportive and to our community, to the students, and based on your continuous support, our students are there to give their exams, in Dhaka, in Chittagong, and in Sylhet. Thank you for that. And I would like to welcome now Mr. T.M. Asaduzaman, Education Specialist and Team Leader, South Asia Education Global Practice, the World Bank Group. So Mr. Asad, if we may hear from you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Mr. Asad.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me, honorable and distinguished guests. Good evening to you all. First of all, I would like to congratulate the ACCA office for this important and historic milestone. And then also, I think a lot has been said, but one thing that definitely came up from our conversation is that the accounting industry is definitely growing. And then the demand for qualified accountants is much more than the current supply. And I think here, launching of this course is very timely, as it will perhaps help us to narrow that gap. And then especially for SMEs and mid-sized organizations, as well as many other public sector organizations. I think here CAT could play an important role in making sure that we have the right people doing the right job. And then moving on, I think, the reason I say that this is also very timely because of the recent COVID impact, and also the impact that we are anticipating because of the future of work. I surely feel that qualifications such as ACCA and CAT will definitely support countries to improve the overall governance and the financial reporting system. And then also, just wanted to mention that CAT is expected to also bring in the global lens, which I think many of us has already mentioned. And I think in the accounting industry in Bangladesh, it's very much needed since as we move forward, improving our overall governance structure in the country, I think it is very essential for us see that what are the best practices globally, and then we can tailor that to our country context and also fit that into our country system. One thing I would like to mention that Bangladesh has made tremendous progress when it comes to human capital performance compared to countries with similar per income capita. And I think a lot of credit goes to the education sector and the social sectors here. And we also are in a crossroad, like I mentioned before, that we as a country will need to move towards a more skill-based labor workforce in a formal sector, as opposed to economy that's driven by the informal workforce. And that said, I think one of the bigger challenge that the country is facing is how to capitalize on its youth population. The current government has taken a lot of initiatives, and they're all successful, and it's working very well, but it still leaves us with some opportunity and some pockets that probably we need to address. And here, I want to refer to this certain population, which sometimes we really don't focus on. In the World Bank, we call it the NEET population. NEET stands for Not in Education, Employment, and Training. And I think Bangladesh is hosting a huge NEET population, and many of these population come from our youth. So that said, I think, qualifications such as CAT will perhaps help this out of workforce population and definitely our youth to actually get some recognition of learning and be part of the formal labor workforce, and also eventually contribute to our overall human capital performance of the country. I won't drag it more, but just wanted to recognize that the ACCA office has been doing the excellent advocacy, and they are both doing it at the global level and the national level, and we really want to congratulate ACCA for this big milestone, and we will count on you for keeping up the momentum and collaborating with both the private and the public sectors. So once again, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Assad. It was really, quite inspirational, and the kind of vision and structure that you're talking about. Hopefully, in future, we'll be, working in different sectors and bring growth. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Arif Al-Islam. He's the MD and CEO for Summit Communications, and at the same time, he's our chairman of the Member Advisory Committee for ACCA. Mr. Arif.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to pay my respect to Honorable Chief Guest and Deputy Minister and MP, Mr. Mohibul Hasan Chaudhry, Honorable Comptroller and Auditor General of Bangladesh, Muhammad Muslim Chaudhry, Honorable Chairman BTUB, and other guests of honor, and the country manager of ACCA Bangladesh, and Director MESA ACCA Stuart Dunlop, and other dignitaries and guests. This is an excellent start of a new journey of ACCA's new degree, CAT. And just a little bit of reflection, I worked about 7 years in UK in public practice. And honestly speaking, the quality of educational material that time, that was back in 90s, and even today, the ACCA educational material is always leading the finance and accounting profession in UK, in different countries of the world. And you will be surprised, even the Institute of Chartered Accountants, if you visit the institute, you will see the institute's library shelf is full of ACCA books. So Institute of Chartered Accountants, the Chartered Accountants, for sitting their exams, they are even following the ACCA books. So the point I'm trying to make, ACCA is the knowledge leader for accounting and finance profession of the world today. And this pattern is not only in Bangladesh or in UK, it is all over the world. If you see Malaysia, if you see Pakistan, if you see even China today, we were very surprised that so many ACCAs are coming up in China. So if you talk about the largest accounting body in the world, that is ACCA, but if you talk about the accounting body of the future, that is also ACCA. So that's what we take a lot of pride in. And the biggest achievement of ACCA is the relevancy, the common sense, and the care of the market they are in. And the market ACCA is in, it is quite visible in most of the market in the world that taking a full-time membership is a very tough call. It's a long journey. They have to take a lot of tough exams, and it takes a lot of hardcore study. At the same time, they have to do their profession, they have to do their job. So all of this, out of this hard work of 3 years of study, sometimes end of 5 to 6 years, and also getting 3 years of experience, this is quite a tough journey to get a ACCA membership. And this is also quite similar to other chartered accountancy and other accountancy professions. So getting a full-time qualified member is a long journey, and before that, quite a lot of people drops, and they remain as a part qualified, or they remain as a non-qualified, and they have done only halfway of their education. But these people are good people, good experience. They know quite a bit of the academics and quite a bit of the rules and regulations, and they don't get any qualification. And ACCA, being the thought leader or the knowledge leader of this industry, has been, I'm so proud, that has been so caring and so successful, bringing out this kind of degree where that problem for the members or the future members are addressed. So the students who see membership as a long route, they can always take a shorter route of getting the accounting technician, and then get them some degree, so they are some way qualified to start some jobs in some different places. While gaining their experience, they can be at the same time in the path of being a fully qualified ACCA member. So this is an excellent degree for any students to really plan their career in accounting and finance. So I come from a corporate background. You know, Grameenphone, I worked there about 10 years, and now Summit Communication over 10 years. Over these 20 years in Bangladesh corporate industry, one of the common problem we have found when we recruit business graduates in finance or accounting field, it takes at least 1 to 2 years to get them in a productive mode. You have to start teaching them how to understand debit, credit, how to do journal entries, the tax return and the VAT and all the basics of accounting. They learn through the job when they get into a job. And that's quite tough for any corporate employer to invest on a fresher to get them on a working mode. And CAT is an excellent solution for that. If someone is CAT, they would get the basic learning of all of this, including also having the ethics to be a must for an accountant. So this is a kind of a very small, I would say semi-graduation, but a full degree to be a technician for a finance or an accountant to start their career. For Bangladesh, I think Proma has shown in her presentation that 120,000 companies don't have a proper accountants. And even though they have some accountant, they don't have that degree that they can call themselves they are an accountant. So that's quite an unfortunate picture. And CAT could be that really solution to really attract these people who are today doing that accounting profession. They just do this 1 year study, 1 year course. And as I was telling you, that these courses are of really international standard. And then they can pass the exam, and then they can call themselves as an internationally qualified degree holder of CAT. So we think that CAT has an immense potential, immense opportunity for the people who are starting in Bangladesh as a finance and accounting career, but also those who are halfway through their membership is struggling to pass. even for them, this is an excellent solution. So all in all, I think that's I have to say. But I must thank the ACCA team. They have been relentlessly supporting the industry and the members. And also thanks to Dunlop, he has been for many decades. He's over decades he has been guiding the South Asia and Middle East. So thanks very much for developing the Bangladesh market as well, Dunlop. So you have been an immense inspiration for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arif Al-Islam. You yourself is a great inspiration for our community as our chairman, the MAC chairman, and we hope to get more of you in future and get the guidance. Thank you. Now, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Mr. M.A. Kalam, who is the chairman and CEO of LCB Dhaka. And LCBS Dhaka had been with us for the last 12 years. And within this 12 years journey, we got all the support from Mr. M.A. Kalam and his team, and who helped groom the the future members and the current members whom you see around. So Mr. Kalam, we really would like to hear from you.
Thank you, Olivai. Good evening to honorable guest and dear audience. Thank you, ACCA Bangladesh, for inviting me to speak at this virtual CAT launching ceremony. This is a long-awaited day for us. We are waiting for this day last couple of years. Long story short, actually, the background is for this waiting is LCBS Dhaka has been working with the public and private sector last 12 years. And more than, I think, 1,000 part qualified, we placed as management trainee accountant within public and private sectors. And we received tremendous feedback from our employers. But these part qualified students, our management trainee students, this is not a complete solution for the employers. Based on their feedback and recommendations, it seems they need a qualified accountant below the chartered level. And I think this need has been communicated and keep in our discussion table, as always, for to have some qualification, something like CAT, Certified Accounting Technician. And today, the day, we are happy to have this on board. Need of this certified accounting technician qualification, if we explain about our public sector and private sector, we did offer and closely work with DMTBA projects, and we served more than 36 ACCA students under Ministry of Finance and funded by multi-donor fund. And I think 9 of them got qualified and rest of them got their foundation diploma that time. Also, we offer supports to continue scope projects. We closely work with SPAM B projects, and in private sector, in telecommunication, in banking sectors, and even in textiles, we completed more than 12 projects related to ACCA qualifications. So based on the employers' recommendations and part qualified that we replace them within the organizations, this need been communicated with us over the period. And ACCA Bangladesh got these recommendations and feedback in their discussion and come up with this new qualification, CAT, Certified Accounting Technician, which will give us the fulfillment of market needs currently desired by industries. With the current market trend, with our current students of foundation diploma and skill and knowledge level students from ACCA qualifications, they are doing great job within the organizations with the competency level they got. But as per employer's perspective, it seems they need some solution, permanent solution. And this permanent solution, I think certified accounting technician can fulfill. If we see the current syllabus that ACCA launched for certified accounting technician, which got 9 individual papers. Then foundation in professionalism and ethics module. Beside this, 1 year industry experience, which complete a accountant, which give a completion to a qualified accountant. And beside this, to fulfill industry needs with the current technological advancement that needed to equip our students. On ACCA institutes or learning providers view, we have designed local tax and law module. We have designed soft skills module, which includes Excel, Word, communication skills, and any other sorts of interpersonal skills. Same time, we have developed training module on accounting softwares, which is globally and locally recognized. Then if we think about technological advancement, we have introduced module for basic computing. Even in it, we have incorporated to typing speed and introduction to all web-based tools to equip them for market readiness, which is required by industry, which is required by employers. As a tuition provider, as a learning partner of ACCA, we always committed to ACCA students to develop them with all applicable skills and top-up skills that suit current market. With the current students, we have received tremendous supports and feedback, and we hope with the new qualification, certified accounting technician that launched today, will fulfill the market gap, and as learning partner, LCBS Dhaka is ready to provide all those modules need to be equipped them. CAT will add value and guide industry with the new challenges and participate in your economic growth. That's we hope. That's all from my side. Wish a great success to certified accounting technician. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so very much, Mr. M.A. Kalam. And dear audience, dear viewers everywhere, at the same time, I will also would like to introduce you to all our learning partners. We do have Mr. Faisal Malik from Ed-Based Professionals, Mr. Faim Nail from Ed-Based Professionals, and from Chittagong, we do have Mr. Mohiuddin from PSB. So apart from our mainstream partners, we do have in Uttara, QED, we do have ABP as our partner. And, those who are actually, the parents who are listening to us and are watching us and the inter-community, these are the partners who had been, rendering all the supports, giving us all the supports with what they ever they have, with all the qualified, members, and they are actually helping us to groom up the future members. And we are really really, grateful to them. thank you, Kalam Bhai, Faisal Bhai, Shumon Bhai, Fahim Bhai, and representatives from QED and ABP. Thank you all. And with this, I would like to thank you all. Our heartfelt thanks goes to our chief guest. Thank you, sir, Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Mr. Mohibul Chaudhary, MP. And our thanks goes to Mr. Muslim Chaudhary. Our thanks goes to every one of you who are here. Thank you. Now we would like to, if the media, members and our partners, if they have any question, we would be gladly, have a question and answer session now. We see Mr. Jubair Rubel. So any questions from the audience, from the member of the media? We will be having separate sessions in next couple of weeks, along with our learning partners, to give you an overview. And ACCA office is always there to guide you, to support the members, to support the students, affiliates, everyone in the community. We are open. And please do log into our Facebook page. You can always visit our webpage at www.acccaglobal.com and reach out to us. We are always there. So anyone from the media has any question?
Okay, I see that Jubair Rubel, he's here, and also Mr. Sharif Roni is connecting. So Jubair Bhai, if you have any questions, you can start.
একটা কোশ্চেন করতে চাই। আমি জুবায়ের বলছিলাম, তবে খুবই আনন্দের বিষয় যে সবাই খুব চমৎকার আলোচনা করছিল। আমার প্রশ্ন অনেক কমে গিয়েছে, শুরুর দিকে অনেক কোশ্চেন ছিল, কিন্তু আস্তে আস্তে দেখলাম যে সব পরিষ্কার হয়ে যাচ্ছে আমার মধ্যে চিন্তা ভাবনাগুলো। তবে কয়েকটা জায়গায় আমি একটুখানি নিশ্চিত হতে চাই। এখন আমি নিশ্চিত না যে এই ক্যাট যারা পড়বে তাদের কত টাকা লাগতে পারে, কারণ আমাদের দেশ গরিব দেশ, এটা একটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ব্যাপার ঘটতে পারে সবার মধ্যে, এবং এটা সময় আসলে কেমন লাগতে পারে, এই জায়গায় যদি আমাকে একটুখানি একটু ক্লিয়ার করেন ব্যাপারটা।
জি, ধন্যবাদ জুবায়ের ভাই ফর দ্য কোশ্চেন। সো CAT আমাদের যে কোয়ালিফিকেশনটা আছে এটাতে 9টা পরীক্ষা, 900 মার্কসের। সেখানে দুই ধরনের ফিজ থাকতে পারে। সেটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে ACCA তে when they will give exams there will be exam fee, and when they will be taught, যখন শিখবে তখন সেটা টিউশন ফি। বাট এই ফিটা আসলে ডিপেন্ড করে, টিউশন ফি বা পরীক্ষার ফি দুটোই ডিপেন্ড করে স্টুডেন্টের উপরে। So it depends that how many times, how fast he is progressing. So what if he is progressing faster, passes the papers in one go, the cost will be lower. And if he passes a bit in a slow motion, then the cost would be a bit higher, because the exams fee will be then again charged. That's why. It depends on the student.
তার মানে ব্যাপারটা এমন, কেউ যদি চায় দ্রুত শেষ করতে, সে দ্রুত শেষ করতে পারবে।
জি,
মানে তার মানে কোনো টাইম লিমিট আসলে নাই, অ্যাকচুয়ালি কোনো লিমিট নাই।
না, কোনো লিমিট নাই। it starts from 1 year to 2 years, মানে 2 years এর বেশি আসলে লাগে না
এর মধ্যে। ও ফাইন। আর একটা জিনিস জানতে চাই যে এই ক্যাট যারা শেষ করে তাদেরকে এন্ট্রি লেভেল অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট কেন বলা হয়? মানে আমরা সাধারণ যারা অ্যাকাউন্ট পড়ে আসে তাদের থেকে ডিফারেন্ট কোয়ালিটিটা কোথায় হয়, যদি একটু আমাকে মানে এটা একটু ক্লিয়ার করেন।
So CAT যারা করে আসেন, the people who do CAT, আমাদের দেশের যে প্রেক্ষাপট, সেই প্রেক্ষাপটে আসলে গ্রাজুয়েশনটা খুবই ম্যান্ডেটরি দেখা যায় যে এন্ট্রি লেভেলে যাওয়ার জন্য। তো এন্ট্রি লেভেলের অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট এই জন্য হয়তোবা বলা হতে পারে, কেননা CAT কমপ্লিট করা মানেই যে সে নেসেসারিলি গ্রাজুয়েশন করেছে সেটা না। সো তার প্রথমের এন্ট্রিটা নেওয়ার জন্য তার আসলে ওই লেভেলটাতেই যেতে হয়। বাই দ্য টাইম হি কমপ্লিটস হিজ কোয়ালিফিকেশন অথবা অন্য আরেকটা কোয়ালিফিকেশন, হি ক্যান গো আপ দ্য লেডার।
আচ্ছা, তার মানে যারা সিএ পড়বে তারা প্রথম পর্যায়ে হচ্ছে ক্যাট পড়বে, তারপর আস্তে আস্তে সিএ শেষ করবে।
জি যদি তারা চান আর কি।
আচ্ছা মানে সিএ পড়ার শুরুটা এখান থেকে আমি যদি আরেকটু মানে ক্লিয়ার হতে চাই,
দিস ইজ দ্য ফাউন্ডেশন স্টেপিং স্টোন।
আচ্ছা আমরা সিতে যেমন বুঝি যে ওই এটাকে বলে ওই যে একটা কি বলে এটাকে
সিসি।
CC complete.
No, CC is not, no, this is not very comparable because CC is given when a student completes 3 years of articleship.
Yeah, acha.
He has not necessarily completed any exam, but he has completed 3 years of articleship, then he is a CC. But CAT has completed exams, completed 1 year of experience and the diploma, the ethics module, then he is a complete qualification holder into chartered na. That's the difference. Yes, it's a qualification at its own merit, CAT, but চার্টার্ড অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টের তা না, এটাকে আপনারা এক টেকনিশিয়ান লেভেল বা সেকেন্ড টিয়ার বলতে পারেন।
আচ্ছা শরীফ রনি ভাইয়ের কাছে কি যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারেন, আমরা যেহেতু টাইমের আসলে খুব শর্ট, সো 4 মিনিটস আছে, তো কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকলে করে ফেলতে পারেন।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আমার কোশ্চেনটা হচ্ছে যে এই সিএটি করার জন্য একাডেমিক কোয়ালিফিকেশন কতটুকু লাগবে আর এটার খরচ কেমন হবে, আর যেহেতু অনলাইনে ক্লাসের কথা বলছেন সেক্ষেত্রে পরীক্ষাগুলোতে কিভাবে?
ওকে, CAT করার জন্য there are multiple entry points. So someone passes HSC, he will start from the beginning. Someone did graduation, he will start from another level. Someone has completed graduation in finance, he will start from another level. So there are multiple entry levels for the CAT, and that's why the costs are multiple level too. Someone has to complete only 2 papers, someone has to complete all the 9 papers. So এই জন্যই there will be differences in costs too ওই জায়গাটা থেকে, সো কস্টের ডিফারেন্সটাই থাকবে। আর আরেকটা প্রশ্ন কি ছিল?
মানে এটা পরীক্ষাগুলো কিভাবে হবে?
Okay, all the exams are online. Number 1, our learning partners and British Council takes the exams in their centers, but due to pandemic we have actually started remote exam. So in the remote exam a student can sit from anywhere, specifically he can sit from home the exams, with the support of British Council and our partner called ProctorU. So there are 3 layers of scrutinization. So there is screen monitoring, there is live monitoring, ekjon live e apnake sob shomoy check korbe whether what are you doing, and there is AI monitoring. So 3 levels of scrutinization er remote exam ta amra niye thaki. So there are all the options, he can go to a center or he can sit from the home or his workplace.
ধন্যবাদ।
আচ্ছা আমরা একদম আই গেস প্রশ্ন আর না নিচ্ছি, কারণ হচ্ছে 9:28 বাজে। সো কন্ট্রোলিং স্পিচ জুবাইর ভাই এবং হচ্ছে শরীফ ভাই যদি কোনো কোশ্চেনস থাকে
we will do further FAQ sessions later on.
সেটা হচ্ছে কেউ যদি সেন্টারে যেতে চায় এবং বাসায় দেয় এর মধ্যে কি খরচের ভ্যারি করবে নাকি খরচ একই রকম?
No, the cost would be the same.
Okay,
thank you Jubal bhai. We do not have much time left. Thank you so much. And just I want to add one more thing. During this pandemic in the last 4 months, I must add one thing and appreciate, and we are really thankful to all our learning partners that they have been taking classes online for all the subjects of ACCA. Thank you so much. I mean, we really had been like very, helpful, and the students, I mean, as far as I know that they had been enjoying, the online classes. So that's brilliant. So again, it's 9:29 and we are supposed to sign off now. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like to thank you all, to all our guests, the viewers, the participants, and every one of you for your support, your guidance. And we hope to, be here again in future. You'll be always get us here in online, and we are reachable through our, our land phones and phones. So thank you again. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay well, and remain blessed. And with this, I would like to sign off for now. So Goodbye. Thank you all. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
And have a good night. Have a good
Assalamu alaikum.
weekend.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.